guys, what is going on? It is Mr. Crayfish and welcome back, my dudes, to some device mod development. Today we are fixing up a lot of bugs in the device mod, aka begs. There's so many begs in the mod. A ton of you guys are like, what's begs? What is begs? Bugs, my dude, but said in a silly way. A lot of begs in this mod. So we're gonna go ahead and fix this up. If you guys didn't know, we just pushed a release of the device mod. Yeah, not yesterday, but basically I released the actual mod Saturday night my time. I just didn't do a promotion video or anything like that until last night. So basically now that we've had like a ton of reports and a ton of bug reports, we're gonna fix up a bunch of things today. And we're also going to do a lot of code cleanup as well. There's some things that I want to do to fix up some things. And then we're also going to create a new branch as well, because I want to experiment with something that I just discovered, which I feel like is going to make the device API a whole lot better. And better for you guys that are developing. Check out the great wiki. Okay, we can do that. Let's do it right now, actually. Let's do it right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch over to the programming view. And if you guys enjoyed the stream today, make sure you remember to go ahead and snap that like button right in half, and as well subscribe, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I go live. So many people complain I missed out on the live streams. Well, most likely because you do not have those bell notifications on. Turn them on right now, otherwise you're a scrub. YouTube finally worked correctly? What do you mean? Yeet, yeet, yeet. What is up, everybody? I see you guys. Welcome back to my sponsors. Who we got in here? Tyrell, Jackson, Blue Barracuda, Minecraft Dude, the Ocelot. How is everybody doing today? Bloxyway, almost forgot about you, dude. Almost forgot about you. We got also some regulars. We got Doo-Doo. How you doing, dude? Alex, are you going to fix that exception? Yeah, I am. And what did you discover? What? I get notified by Discord, and what did you discover? What do you mean? Oh, you mean Discord? Okay. Yeah, that's another way. You can actually join the Discord server. There is a link in the description below if you guys aren't a part of this right now. Go join it, because I actually do post in the announcements, which you actually get a notification on your desktop if you have notifications on for it, you know, when I actually do go live. So check that out. But yeah, we've had a lot of activity on the device mod since release last night. And we're going to fix up a bunch of bugs, and then we're going to be experimenting with some things. Change the developer mode wallpaper to match the new UI. Yeah, I've probably got to do that as well. Graded. We can update that today. We can update that today. It's pretty simple. We'll change it to like a nice blue, which would be better. When you click in the light app in the device mode, it crashes in Minecraft. It's because it's not updated. It's not updated. Sorry. It will work. It will load up with it. It's just the thing right now, and I hate doing it, but like I'm allowed to do it right now, is actually break backwards compatibility, because we actually haven't we technically haven't released the mod officially yet. Like we haven't got a 1.0. Like we're still in kind of development stages, and according to semantic versioning. If you guys look that up, if you go to semantic versioning and you read how that works, because that's what I'm following for my versioning. If you read how that works, pretty much if you're in the development stage before 1.0, like 1.0.0, you can break the API however you like. So it does, like, and it kind of hurts me a little bit that like there's a ton of applications out there that are now all gonna update because of me, but you know, it's still in development, and the applications that want to keep updated will update themselves. But because, like, you know, let's think about it. If somebody developed an application and they don't update it, they're not active anymore, then you know, why even care about them in a way? But, having that said, once we do have 1.0.0 released, applications that are updated to that will work all the time in future versions of it, unless we have, you know, device mod 2.0, which will never ever come, but after 1.0.0 everything will work in future versions, and if it doesn't, I'll make sure I fix it up so it does. So that's how we're doing right now. Yeah, what up, Master Chief? How you doing, dude? Mr. Crayfish, I'm trying to summon your website, but the special code on your Twitter. I've kind of stopped giving out special codes for my websites because there's a lot of reasons. Like, I want to kind of get rid of the responsibility of having accounts. I just don't like the idea now. Like, I want to think of like another way to do it. Device Mod 2.0 Kotlin Edition. It wouldn't even change anything. It's gonna compile into the same bytecode. It's gonna compile into the same bytecode. Alrighty, so let's go through the actual lists over here, because we're gonna be pushing an updates like real soon with like bug fixes. So let's go over here. Have a look at this. Have a look at this, guys. All right. This is what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about here. All right. We got bugs. We got begs. We got begs. He wants me to check out the Greater Wiki, but we'll load that. We'll load the game up at the same time. We got begs. All right. Now ignore like a bunch of these old ones, because like a lot of these like features, stuff like this can be closed. We should say fixed in 0.4 description. Now uses a scrollable. That can be closed. Alright. So let's load this up. Please fix bugs and add small features. I'm not going to be adding features. We're going to be fixing up bugs purely now. Yeah, today's stream's about fixing some bugs and then experimenting with something which I'm hoping to actually implement into the device mod. Add the ability to submit apps. What do you mean? Let's see if they updated. Did they update the official index? No, they didn't. Okay, we still have to do that. We have to. I'm going to create a program to do that and index everything. So we have the great. I think it's the Great Wiki. And what is it? The Great Wiki.wiki. The Great Wiki.official. On your real internet browser, not this one. Follow the instruction. Alright, so let's have a look. Pages. Minecraft Wiki comes soon. Device mod coming soon. That's cool. How'd you get my screenshots? How'd you get my screenshots? What the heck is this? Oh, it's actually the Great Wiki official pages device mod. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. This is cool. Yeah, definitely gonna be, oh, this is really awesome. You guys did a really great job. I'm gonna add support, Jackson. I'm gonna add support so you can actually change the height of, these images, because like right now it's a little bit annoying. So you'll be able to set the size of it. This page was contributed by Austin TV. You should have like for all your pages, make sure you have like a kind of like a standard template for them all. So you could have like a contributors, like a proper contributors. Like you could have this, right? But obviously do that the same for any page that has extra contributors. You do? Okay, awesome. Yeah, because like this bit here would be so much better if these were smaller. Because then you could actually, because like then you'd have this massive gap in between. Oh wow, this doesn't work yet. Oh, this is like a file. Oh yeah, we gotta add in an application thing. Like a download thing for the App Store. The Great Wiki. In the mail. Should add like a divider in between here. Maybe. I don't know. Throws an MBT exception, what do you mean? Loaded images should never change aspect ratio. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to like... It's hard, yeah. It's a little bit difficult to load the images. Because I haven't actually supported it properly, but... Is the mod almost done? It's released. This new update's released, so you can download. The mod itself isn't finished, but a new update just got released. Cray, the stream is missing something very important. A cheese hype. We haven't done a cheese hype this early before. Maybe we should just do one, because we haven't done one in a while. Let's do a cheese hype, guys. So if you guys think this new update is crazy and epic, make sure you go ahead and type in hashtag cheese hype into the chat right now and post a bunch of cheese emojis along with it right now. So 3, 2, 1, cheese hype! Where's my cheese hype? There it is. There we go, cheese hype is on the way. Cheese hype, that was epic. That's what I'm talking about, cheese hype right there, my dudes. Cheese hype, yeet! Pages. Is there a reason why? Oh no, here we go, pages. Some of these don't work. I think I need to fix up the clicking, because right now it's not working. Let's have a look. So yeah, there is a device mod page, but I can't get to it that easily. You can't click header links. It just seems like you can click it though. Seems like you can click it. Do wallpapers change with different laptops? What do you mean? Behind the scenes, Jackson, it does actually process me clicking that. However, because it has the formatting, it doesn't think it's a valid URL, which I will fix up. I will fix that up, but just behind the scenes, it doesn't think it's a valid URL because of the formatting. But I don't know if that's true or not, because I've had links. I've already had things already that can do it. But yeah, it definitely needs to definitely needs a little bit better navigation, I would say, because feels awkward trying to get to like, I mean, you're supposed to be able to click that, but I should add in like a button. I wanted to add in like a button navigation thing. So like, instead of having like a link visible like that, you can simply just click a button, which I think would be good. I could definitely add something better so you can navigate better in pages. There are bugs to the mod. Yeah, I know there is. We're not doing the same thing as web display. We've explained this so many times. You get GitWeb. You get GitWeb instead. No, we're not adding the web display, sorry. 99.9. I think I actually did the number wrong. I gotta fix it up. How about you just do hashtag 100? No! You don't tell me what to do. You're not my mum. GitWeb is 100% better. I am working on a text adventure site. I sent the first bit of lore in Discord. Why a text adventure? What type? Where? Hold up. Let's have a look. Well, don't do it in official, please. Don't do it in official. We need like a game.extension. Add a refresh button to reload the website. Oh yeah, I'll have to do that. I'm pretty sure you can click go anyway. You can click that to refresh it, but I will change it around to a refresh button instead, maybe. Or add a refresh button in. Yellow. GitWeb. Amazing. An amazing website. Did you add your website to the mod? I could do that actually. That'd be funny. Add a link to all my mods. Nah, we're gonna be strict about what advertising .craft is a gaming extension. .craft's just anything. .craft is just a general website address. But like, yeah, we're gonna be strict about sort of advertising in GitWeb. Like, I just want to limit it to applications only. You won't be able to actually put in GitWeb like just literally a website that promotes your own mod. No, I mean it makes sense for most gaming sites. Okay, I mean yeah, you can do it. See you later, awesome sack boy. Will you make games for the mod? I don't know if I will or not. I don't know if I'll do a proper one. Maybe in the future, once the device mod is like completely released, then I'll create a game. But for now, no. Alright, so concurrent modification, possibly GitWeb. Yeah, I know what the problem is. Testing code before release, ensuring that there's no bugs in the mod. You know, because you want people to have a good experience. Releasing the mod without testing it and letting everybody else find the bugs. Yes. Yes. Oh my god. No, I do basic testing, but I don't do like thorough, deep testing. Thorough, deep testing. My god. I've never seen it in my life. Cray's Adventure.craft will be released in a week. Very specific time frame. Did you learn about the new module system, Minecraft Doodler? The new module system? Where is it? Generate layout. It's here, that's the problem. Like, I'm thinking of changing this, right, add component, to use to do this instead, like, to do Minecraft.getMinecraft add scheduled task, new runnable. Because what this does, right, is if I do a new scheduled task like this, it will avoid concurrent modification exceptions because, or when you add it to it, because the problem is that components here can't handle concurrent modifications. It's possible I could use an implementation that does handle it. Is there actually like a, I don't know if there is or not. Like, yeah, see, like here, array list. It's like a Java. I don't know, like, I just want to see if there is. Concurrent list. I don't think there is. There's like current other stuff, but like I don't think there's anything like a. Yeah, there's other stuff. I mean, it might be a good idea to use a set. It might be a good idea to use a set instead in layout instead, because you don't want to be able to duplicate. Because like there arises issues when you add a component to twice, or even if you add like a component to two separate layouts, there becomes issues. So, because like it will initialize it twice, it will load it twice, so there's a bunch of issues involved with adding it twice. So we might use like a set, but like this here is like one way to prevent the concurrent modification exception, because basically what's happening is when it's rendering it it's trying to render through the components, but because a component gets added while it's rendering, that's when the exception occurs. So what happens when you do this is like the rendering will happen, and then the Minecraft tick will start again, it will run this, and then it will render afterwards. So there'll be no point where Minecraft will be there'll be no point where this here can conflict with the rendering. Probably should as well put that inside of here too. So we can try this out. I want to see what happens. I'm slightly aware of the Sniffy Jiffy modules. Check Discord PM. Oh yeah, that would be cool. It looks good. Yeah, I'll give you the ladder. Master Chief. I just want to be able to start making a website to help people understand the builder. Can I have a link for the verification form? Oh, don't worry, Master. If you're here right now, don't worry, Master. I'm gonna put you straight onto the. Certified. Don't worry. Because obviously, GitWeb. Myself. I already know it's like an official app, basically. So I'm gonna put you straight onto the official certified. Anyway. Yeah, what up, the Lost Creator? How you doing, dude? What program are you using to edit that? What do you mean, to code? I'm using IntelliJ. Where did you learn coding? Practice, my dude. Minecraft tutorials, which a lot are outdated now. I think that, I mean, like, we'll see if we can break it. So let's load up a bunch of websites. Let's see when it gets called as well. There we go, got called. After. So it will never get called when it's actually rendered. And I'm pretty sure this is like add scheduled task. My only concern is like immediate is calling from Minecraft for immediate future. Immediate future. Cool. Is running from Minecraft thread. I'm just like hoping that's not. Add scheduled task. Is it calling from the Minecraft thread? Let's have a look. So it's doing that. But I could still be Wait, so what's it doing? Add scheduled task. This. Add scheduled task. But it is called from the Minecraft thread. So is it calling like instantly? I don't know if it's calling immediately. The thing is, like, we're adding like a, we're adding like this task for every single task. Like, it's kind of like a lot. I don't know if it's like, is it fine? Like, cause we can either do this, right? Or we can actually just leave that where it was. And then instead of get web frame, we can have here we can like wrap this, like we can literally wrap that in a task like that. But then we have more complications here, like we have like layout handle load. Oh, we have to might have to wrap the whole entire thing inside of a like this here. Might have to wrap this whole entire thing inside of like a thing. Because right now this won't, like there's stuff like here like handle load, reset scroll, that might get executed after it. I don't know. We could see, hold up. We could see We'll get executed first, because like, this is adding a scheduled task, right? Alright, I have to restart the game. Yes, use Java use the build script. I know I asked this 100 times, but can you make custom apps? Yes, there is already. It's called the device API. It's called the device API and it's purely programming. So like, technically, what we should see here is that this executed last, this is first, this is second, this is third. That's what we should see. Cray, make it so you need a router to access GitWeb. Yeah, we're gonna do that in the future. It's kind of a plan at the moment. I don't know how many people know that can make apps. One person thought that there weren't certified apps even after the latest. So yeah, okay, this is the one thing like people get confused about. Literally, apps are just add-ons for a mod. Think about just an add-on. It's literally just an add-on jar file for a mod. Kind of like add-ons for Thormcraft, add-ons for all those tech mods. It's just literally an add-on. Don't get it confused with like there being like these app jar files. It's literally just a Minecraft mod add-on. Yes, we already know about the bugs of the light mod and laser mod. So let's test this out. So yeah, there we go. First, second, third. I was correct. So it looked like it worked. So that's the problem there though. These get called. These should be called after these are added. So what we're going to have to do instead is where we do generate layout. Maybe even the whole entire thing could be wrapped in it. Like that. We'll see how this goes. See, like, as you can see, the actual header didn't load. The header didn't load, it's because it got called after it. Okay, just making sure you do, because I really love the add-ons you made for the device mod. Yeah, I'll definitely update them. What's the cool thing you want to add to the device mod that you recently discovered, Mr. Crayfish? What do you mean? Oh, I'll show you soon. Basically, I want to utilize annotations. Hold on, no. So there we go. Now it works. And that will fix up concurrent modification exceptions just for GitWeb. Just for GitWeb. Like, there is like a thing where I could add like a synchronization to retrieving like layout components and clearing them and that type of stuff. But it depends if I want to add, like, because if I do that, then I affect the performance of the mod. Apps don't stay installed. Yeah, I've got to fix that up. Alright, so we're going to mark this as fixed now. Oh, wait, hold up, where is it? Here it is. Fixed. this should fix the concurrent modification exception. Oh yeah, we also had like a thing. Oh no, what was this? Did I compile it with that? Did I actually compile it with that installed? No, that wouldn't work. No, it doesn't work. That wouldn't do anything, don't worry. Nah, I didn't compile this. Fixed concurrent. Close this hashtag. Straight to the master. Push. Watch this. Watch this. It's gonna pop up. It's gonna pop up right here. That's why GitHub's pretty awesome. Look at that. Didn't even have to refresh it. Didn't even have to refresh it. What's the fix? I missed the explanation. Working on a Git website. So the problem was with Git web is that array lists don't support concurrency. So if you were iterating through an array list and then you added to it mid iteration, it would come up with a concurrent modification exception. So basically what I do now is I schedule that task, and basically before it renders now, it will do its stuff before it actually renders, so it prevents it from that actually happening. So there we go, fixed that up. Let's take a look at some more issues here. Scroll bar on scrollable layout not being removed. 25 minutes ago. Hey! Let's have a look at this. Uh-oh. Is there actually an option for it? Hold on, let's have a look. Is there actually an option for it? I think there is. Scroll. Is there actually an option for it? What type of bug is this? Hold on, let's go back. Master Chief, are you still here? Oh, there. Okay, yeah, I see it now. Okay, so the problem is, let me think. I'm trying to think. It depends how your code works. Depends how your code works. I think most of it's more to do with set visible. Set visible is just a component thing. But I should actually add support for that, to be honest. Set visible is just a component thing, so if doesn't equal to visible return. Like, it's just a component thing. Like, it really should be that, you know. Like basically, if you do set visible to false, if you set visible to false, it will stop the rendering of it. Yeah. And the same should apply to like here as well. And like enabled as well should like as well turn off. Should disable everything. Yeah, set visibles. Yeah, you're just getting. Yeah, don't get too confused with it. We're gonna do that, by the way. We're gonna do handle click. So we need to do if doesn't equal to visible, doesn't equal to enabled, return. Handle mouse drag. We just need to disable everything. Handle mouse scroll. Get rid of half of that. Let's make sure we just haven't got anything else to handle. So like stuff like handle key type, like should be disabled. But like this should already be like added in here into layout. I don't know why I haven't added half of that stuff in. Like it should really be handled in layout. So like yeah, again, like that can be handled in the super. It can be handled in the super. It's only where I add custom functionality that needs to be actually disabled. So like for instance here, if it's not visible, return. Same here. Like it just should not be possible at all to do all this stuff. Why did my music stop? What the flip? Because if it's not visible or it's not enabled, we don't want to send any sort of actions to it. Some of these are fine though. Alright, there we go. What the heck is with your... How much do you love cheese and crackers? 110%, my dude. But I understand the issue you're having with the scroll bar, like, because you're changing it. I'm not sure how exactly you're doing it in code. Are you, like, clearing the components and then adding it? Because, like, the problem with that is that you need to reset the height. You need to set the height again. Like, I feel maybe I should have kept scrollable as like a I should have kept scrollable as just a component, not a layout, because the problem that now arises is that if I was to use a layout, right? If I was to use a layout, I could dynamically set the height and it would be all good. But because like we're setting like the height through here, right, so we're setting layout height, blah blah blah, and then we're rendering it now. Like if we want to update the height, we can't do it. So kind of didn't think about this one too well. I might change this, but I would have to change it like straight away. Because it would be good to be able to do something like set layout. In a way, like set layout. Because then you can easily like change it around and actually dynamically use it. But then again, what you could do is just have multiple scrollable layouts. But then you want to be able to change it. Yeah, I don't know, it's confusing. You need to be able to change it around. I'll have to add in like the ability to remove things. I think that's one thing I haven't done, is like the ability to remove components. So I'll have to add that. But render overlay, hold on. Before we say like super.render overlay, then check. I mean, it does the check there anyway, but... Oh, mind you, it's actually probably more efficient doing that. Because then it stops it altogether. So we'll say... fixed layouts, not following... Not fixate ignoring visible and enabled properties. So that kind of fixes up that issue. Like literally just broke the whole entire mod, imagine that. Just like so, didn't mean to do that. It's broken completely. Kind of a lot of code to explain it, mainly when the item list is changed. It sets scrollable layout to a non-visible using... Oh, yo, yeeted $5.
Yeeted $5.
Cheers, Master Chief, for the donation, my dude. Glad you're enjoying the live stream. It sets a scrollable layout to non-visible using scrollable layout to set visible. Yeah, I'm not sure. If you could only eat one for the rest of your life, what would you eat? Cheese or crackers? You cannot pick both, only one. I don't know. Probably crackers. Because I can eat crackers alone. I mean, I can eat cheese alone, but I could probably eat more crackers than cheese by itself. So. But I got a remote control for the vehicle mod so that you can control the couch, go-kart, etc. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure how this exactly works. Like, it would be better to have, like... I wish I kind of kept it as a component now. I wish I kept it as a component now. Does my face look really red? Why does my face look really red? Am I red? Hold on. Is my face on fire? My face on fire or something? Hold up. I'm not hot. It just looks red on camera. Yeah, no, my face is not red. Face is not red. Look at that. Wouldn't that be such better lighting? Yo. I need to buy some lighting. It's one thing I haven't done for a while now. You like angry emoji? But like, I really need to change this. Will you update the Battle Royale mode? If so, what plans do you have? I don't know, to be honest. Reddening the face is often attributed to... Hey, easy! Slight cough. Headache. Uh-oh. I'm dying, guys. But I really wish I kept this as component now, because like a perk of if I was to use a component instead of a layout is that... I mean, actually, now that I think about it, I could actually just add a set layout method. Maybe. I could actually add like a set layout method. I don't know. It's hard deciding on what to do. I don't want to play with it now, like... It's really, yeah... Like, to me, I haven't found where I'm going to be dynamically changing something in the layout yet. So... It's not something that I've really worried about. And as well, the height... I think it's like the height and the width are also... Like, you can actually change them. They're public. They're public straight off the bat. I think stuff like visible height might not be changed. We could make it protected. We should probably make it protected, probably. That'd be a smart idea. But for now, we're not going to change it, so... I don't know if to classify it as a valid bug. Hackiest way of saving apps. So apparently the applications don't save on a server, so we're gonna test this out. Load up a server. With your face rated, Mr. Crayfish makes more sense as their name. My face should be yellow. Do you stop updating your furniture mod? I didn't stop updating, I just haven't worked on it for a while. I still keep it updated to the latest version. I'm going to release a build soon, which is going to fix up a lot of bugs, because my main man, Ocelot, published a lot of bug fixes and improvements to it, which I appreciate 110%. I just been like, the thing is, if I was to do that, like, I just don't have the time at the moment, because I've been working on the device mod, I've been working on the vehicle mod. But I have said I wanted to do, like, one last big update to the furniture mod, and then I think that's going to be it for it. Like, I'm going to keep updating it to the latest versions of Minecraft, but like, it took me a week. Yeah, pretty much like a week of straight coding is like, would have just been, I don't have the time to do that. So it would have taken me like a month. But yeah, I want to do one last kind of big update to the furniture mod, like a new content update, and then actually, yeah, that'll be the last one. Then like I'll continue updating it for future Minecraft versions. Alrighty, we're on here, and apparently applications do not save. Let's also go reset color scheme. So how do we replicate this? Reopen the laptop. Alright, let's try something. So, yep, Installed. Okay. So. Yeah, I see the problem. We forgot to send it all back to the server. We forgot to update the system data with new things. So we have to do set tag. We have to do like a maybe like another method or something. On GUI closed. Trying to figure out like a reasonable spot to put this. Not with that. Maybe it's fine if I do like a method here. So private void. Update. Update system data. We'll put this into its own. Say Vista. Sorry. Put it into its own method here. Might even call this maybe like write system data. Now I know how to update system data. We could even put this into its like own thing, probably. So here we need to do oh yeah, it still would do it. That's kind of annoying, to be honest. I should really change around how like all this works. So like instead of like sending it back to the server, we just send the data to the server. We send the data to the server and just update it individually. Because like, I think if we send this right, we actually set the whole entire system data. Where we should just have like individually set things. Did you know that Java programming language is a Canadian invention? No, I did not. Oh. I'm not making a Sonic the Hedgehog mod, sorry. I only want to program what I want. Could you make a Sonic the Hedgehog mod that the good ones for 1.7? Sounds like you're requesting me to develop a mod for yourself, because nobody would play on 1.7.10. Nobody would play a Sonic mod on 1.7.10. I don't even want to develop a Sonic mod, sorry. If you guys want to get a shout out, go over to my Twitter, link in the description below. And if you guys are enjoying the live stream as well, make sure you remember to go ahead and snap that like button right in half. Doodler found out the hackiest way to fix the saving bug by accident. Oh, that's kind of weird. Oh yeah, I know, I understand why that will happen actually. Because you don't send this data back to the server. So installed apps. Maybe instead of here, right, we can say set system data. This.system data merge system data. So yeah, here we go. So like, if we merge it, right, it should override only kind of like, oh no, that will still won't work, because we'll have an old, like if we install applications, because installed apps will still be on that tag list, and then we'll, yeah, don't worry, it's not gonna work either. Let's undo that. Undo that. We should really clean it up, because I added this ages ago, not understanding the design. So we'll have to create like a NBT tag list, tag list apps equals new NBT tag list. Append for each. New NBT string info get formatted ID. Is that the right one that I want to use? Let's have a look. How do I install applications? By the way. How do I install applications, by the way? Laptop. Task install app. Okay, just the formatted ID. And then we do like system data.set tag. Alright, so let's close everything off. This should fix the bug. I press the retweet like it says. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, Kieran. I will shout your name out again later in the live stream. I think you should have to use USB to get the operating system. Maybe. I mean, you don't do that in real life though. Not when you buy a new like laptop. Well, computer language you program at? Java. Java for Minecraft mods. Why don't you use C++? You can't. Well, you should have to install it. Why? I mean, we could maybe like CD. Add like a CD that you put into it. Craft an operating system CD. But I don't want people to get the impression that there's going to be like different operating systems. Because it's not a feature right now. Like, that's the impression it would give if you could have it on a USB. I don't want that impression. Alright, oopsie. Because then we're going to get like a ton of things like, can you add in more operating systems? Like, seriously, that would be everything. Alright, install. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, now this is a really weird one, apparently. Okay, apparently it doesn't do it anymore. Maybe we fixed it. Hold up, let's have a look. Like, apparently, like, minimizing Minecraft and then reopening it duplicated the application, but I think I fixed it. Like, literally minimizing the game and opening it back up. Yeah, I don't think it's doing it now. I fixed it. It's because of here. Basically, we're adding to the installed apps again and again and again. Like, I think this gets called. I don't know. I don't know how it worked. Like, this is the only spot I could think that it was getting called. Make the screen bigger? Nah, it's not doing it. Let's try it again. Oh no, yeah, there we go. Okay, so I did it then. So yeah, it definitely was that. Alright, I fixed it up. So let's commit like a couple of things here. This one specifically will say fixed apps duplicating in task bar closes hashtag okay. What was that? I think you updated scroll bar and scroll let not being removed. Can you do the town? What do you mean? I'm not making it so people can create their own operating system, sorry. Not now. I don't think it will be a thing because it's too much work. I'm scared that this bar like initializes. I think we'll have to do like, oopsie, sorry. So like for here, for instance, tray item initialize. We're initializing it every time. Like we don't want to do that. Like I can literally just do like this after here. But what tray items? Why don't they initialize for? Some of them don't even have anything to do with it. Tray item Wi-Fi. This would be the only one. Set clicks listener run ping task. Uh oh. Yeah, it's bad. Run ping task. We need to like change that. Is it like a... I guess we're gonna add our own method just to say like initialize. Cause like... it's pretty bad. Like, that needs to be in a better location, that. We better turn it up. What does the 2 semicolons do? Oh, you're talking about, where is it? How's an example somewhere? Where did I have it? Basically, it's lambda. It's lambda. But it's basically like a reference to a method, and then, oh, it's, yeah, it's kind of like a reference to a method. It can be used for like a constructor as well. I don't know where I've got one. But makes everything look nice. Oh, fixed. Installed. App's not saving on server. Alright, let's close those bugs off. Bug crunched! Hashtag bug crunched, everybody. Bug crunched. Oh yeah, this is one that was kind of important. Allowed apps. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not adding an iPad, sorry. I think the file browser is deleting everything when I leave the game or something. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's impossible. Nah, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I highly doubt. But it might be. Oh, let's have a look. I think I deleted like half. If anything, this one would have on it. Nah, it hasn't. It's still, this has been like an old as laptop there. That hasn't been removed in ages, I don't think. Okay, so the problem is that get available applications. Yes, we need to fix that up. We should probably filter out like, we'll say get all applications can return like literally everything. But like when we say get available applications, we should probably filter out those. So we should have like a predicate. App info filter. Yeah, let's call it filter. Let's call it filter final. Equals info. So we're gonna say we'll say if info dot is system app return false. We can do like clean this up later. And then we'll say if proxy.has allowed applications so it doesn't contain it. Like return true. Simplify. Simplify. So that should like filter out those now. It's like no applications at all. Let's also restart the game completely. I mean, yeah, it's a bit difficult for me to test it, but I'm gonna assume that it works because it's like exactly the same as what I do for other stuff. If it doesn't work, we'll get web builder and my own app when I leave the game and come back. Or it might be when I leave the laptop and I come back in folders and files I make disappear. I'll look into it more. BRB. I don't know. I don't feel like it should leave. Cray, look at like button. What do you mean? See you later, Kieran. Thanks for coming along. Let's have a look. Create. Like, I've tested the file browser so much. I wouldn't release the file browser if it was buggy. It's probably something to do with your debug environment. I don't know why, but your debug thing is like horrible for some reason. Like, yeah, I'm not having any problems with the folders. Also, I saw your Alex. I saw your messages about the file system on the modding Discord. I don't hate it. I don't hate the file. I don't hate my file system. My file system's like fine. It's just navigation-wise navigation-wise in code is difficult. I like my system because like this is the only way that I can really do it efficiently is actually only download what's needed, synchronize to the server when you create a file. When you create a folder, for instance, when we press create here, it sends a task off to the server. If it actually adds it to the server successfully, it adds it to the local side, and then it refreshes the list here with it. Like, it's very, like, the thing is, it's confusing for new people. because like how it works is very confusing, but like that's how it's gonna work. What happens if something happens and you lose all your files on your Minecraft PC? I mean, it really shouldn't happen. That's the thing. Yeah, I don't really know what to do in that case. Like, it shouldn't happen. Like, there's no... Like, think about just, like, normal, you know, like a furnace, alright? That's using, like... That's exactly... The furnace is exactly the same as a laptop, right? You don't put an item into a furnace and then come back to it and it's gone. This is exactly the same as the laptop. The only way you can lose data is if it gets corrupt or if I have some sort of bad coding. That's like the only way. Like, no one can write a virus, really. No one can write a virus unless you install an application which purposely has like code in it which will delete all laptop information. But you would have to download an app to do that. Is that illegal? Is that illegal to delete files from the device mod? Is that illegal to do that? Like, is that technically illegal? Let's say, I don't like, would anybody classify this as illegal? You create an application, right? I mean, let's just say, no, not like device mod application, but just something in general. You create like an application which literally just deletes files. And like, it doesn't have anything to do with stealing information, it's literally just deletes files from your computer and that's it. Nope. Like, it doesn't seem like illegal because like, what are you even doing? Type thing. Like, you're not, like, you give somebody, maybe if you gave it to them, maybe if you gave it to them with malicious intent, I don't know. As long as it keeps system files the same. Like, if you just literally just deleted user files and that was it. As long as it keeps system32 safe. I'm pretty sure if you delete a file in code, it doesn't actually put it in the recycle bin. It's like a permanent delete. But like, that's like... that's like worse than a virus, and it's illegal. It's worse than a virus and it's legal. My god. Because, like, imagine, like, with a virus, right, you can kind of get rid of viruses. But with, like, delete your files, you can get your files back, but, like, it's a little bit more difficult. Jeez. Like, because, like, it doesn't, it's like, there's no, like, intent to, like, you're not stealing information. You're not doing any of that. I don't know, like, would it be, I don't know, would it be considered? It's hard to say. Because it's kind of like, because, like, okay, think about it in this way. Let's say you remotely access the computer and then deleted the files, right? If you remotely you're unauthorized to access the computer, right? And then you deleted all the files, right? You deleted all the files. That would be illegal because you accessed that computer remotely on without authorization. But let's say you had a USB, right? You had a USB with that program on it, and somehow, magically, the person that owned that, let's say it's the same computer that you wanted to access, and they put that USB into that computer and they run that program, you've basically done the same thing. So, like, is it then illegal? Because it's kind of like the same thing, it's just like, instead of doing it remotely, someone's done it physically. And like, your intent was purely to delete all the files, regardless of how you decided to do it, your intent is still like, to delete all the files. Even if it was done by somebody else by mistake. Like, I don't know, it's hard. It's hard to determine. Alright. So, let's just check the App Store now. So it should still have everything as normal. Hey, don't worry about that. Okay. So that should... Fixed. Applications showing fixed. Fixed disallowed apps showing in App Store. So say App Market. Ah, I forgot to close it. God dang. 1,000 commits, my dudes! Can we get some hype? 1,000 commits on the device mod. Absolutely insane. I think it's illegal, but don't count on the Supreme Court to do anything about it. Like, it just sounds like it would be illegal, you know? Cause it's like almost it's like exactly the same intent, right? Your intent is to delete the files, no matter how you do it. But like, obviously, remotely accessing a computer without authorization is illegal. But like, if somebody did it for you without knowing, is that still illegal? I don't know. Cause like, think about this, right? Think about this. Like, extreme scenario that would never ever happen. But like, let's just imagine like, right? You gave the government a USB. Ooh, they didn't just check it. They're not just gonna randomly plug it in. You gave the government a USB, right? And they plug it in and run this application, and it deletes all their very important confidential files, right? You know, it deletes all these important files. Like, do you really think that's legal? Like, in a way, if your intent was to delete the files, do you think that's legal? Even if you gave it to them and some stupid person put it in and run the application. Never happened, but I'm just saying. And they delete all their files. Is that illegal? Are they going to be after you? Like, let's think about the US. What if we delete like all military and everything? No, it's about the intent. Elaborate. So yes. But then we just said no. We're saying yes and no. We haven't really figured out what would be. Like, I don't know. Like, is it like, because you just said it's not illegal, but then we're saying it is illegal. Like, so it's illegal depending on who you target. So if it's just some normal person, is that any less significant than someone up higher? But then how do you separate doing it to someone like a friend compared to like the government? Or let's say like a small business. Let's say like a small business compared to a government. Like how do you separate those two instances? That's on them. But like it's exactly unless you meant to. But we just agree. We just kind of agreed that. Let's say my intent. You know, your intent is to. Like, okay, let's remove the intent. Let's remove the intent, right? Let's remove the intent from it. Let's just say we're just talking about somebody running a program that deletes the files. Like, is that? Well, let's include the intent again. Does the whole bit where somebody silly, like, why they would run it, I don't know. But if someone, because like, there's no kind of what's the, I don't know. If you mean to delete the files, then it's illegal. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'll agree, yes. I would say it's illegal. I'll say it's illegal. I think that's the conclusion. That's illegal regardless of how you kind of go about it. I just joined what's illegal. We're talking about, let's say you created a program that literally just deleted user files. Like, it's not a virus or anything trying to like get money from you or anything like that. It literally does nothing. It just, if you run it, it deletes the user's personal files, and that's it. Like, let's say you, like, is that illegal? Like that program itself is not illegal. It's like, I don't know how to think about it, yeah. Because like, if you remotely like went into somebody's computer and deleted all the files, that's illegal. But what happens if you gave, like, what happens if you gave a person a USB? No, then you can kind of like counter argue it. Like, let's say, like, think about social engineering, right? Think about social engineering. Like, it's not as like, it's not. I don't. It's still a thing today, but think about like their intent is to get somebody's password, right? And they trick somebody into doing it, to stealing a password. That's illegal. There you go. Because like, let's say the other person on the phone line is like, oh yeah, like they're the stupid idiot person that's giving this person on the phone their password, which is exactly the same as if you give somebody a USB and this stupid person runs the actual thing. So yeah, there we go. Okay, it's illegal. Disillegals. Placeholder clipping in text fields. Ah, yeah. From you. Not like a crazy bug, but definitely something that needs to be fixed up. Well, 7 notifications on CurseForge. Someone's Alex. Yeah, everybody got that concurrent modification exception. The dumb burn who put in the PC is at fault. What do you mean it's on them? I thought you just said it's the intent that matters. That's basically called hacking someone's computer, but it depends on the intent of what you do to it and what you're doing it for. But like, it's more like tricking somebody into doing something. Well, not. It's hard to say. Like, are you tricking somebody? Let's say you just. What if you like? Let's say like, okay, this is a scenario that I feel like might be possible. This is a scenario that I feel like would be possible because I wouldn't ever do this, but I'm just saying this is a very common thing that I see happen all the time. It's something I see happen all the time, and it's at university, right? At university, I always see like people losing USBs, and like what people do is like they'll get the USB, right? They'll plug it into their computer, and they'll see whose it is, and sometimes they'll open up some of the papers or something like that on there. So like, imagine if someone like put that into their own personal laptop, open up a paper, and instead of like being, you know, an actual assignment, it could easily be just like a virus. Or it deletes all their personal files. Sorry. We'll say that. We'll delete all their personal files. Oh my god, that would be so mean. Like, and you could just randomly leave it somewhere. Like, you're not even like targeting somebody. You're not even targeting somebody. You just literally just randomly leave it on the ground, not knowing who might pick it up. Is that then their problem? Alright, we'll get off this subject. It's just fun to think about. It's interesting to, it's not fun, it's interesting to think about. It's just interesting to think about, because like, we're thinking about what happens in that case? Is that, I don't know. I feel like in that case it wouldn't like, it wouldn't really be your fault. You're like, your intentions, I don't know. Deletes everything like with the extension of like .docx or something. Deletes all Word files, deletes all PowerPoint files. That's it. Scans the computer for document files and PowerPoint files. It's their problem unless you have a malicious intent upon another person. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, it's literally trolling, almost. Like, you just leave a USB randomly around. You have no intent on any person. You just, like, it's just gonna, some random person's gonna pick it up. Like, you don't have anything against anybody. You just leave a random USB around and see what happens. How does file from tag and folder from tag work? Because when I pass a tag from that file, from that tag that I got from a file, folder file saved into NBT, got on there, I use file, folder, everything the object is null. Let me have a look. Folder. Yeah, you gotta be careful with it because I'm pretty sure it's a recursive method, so be very careful with that. So for instance, folder from tag. So folder from tag, so the name is the folder, the name of the folder, and then the tag is the contents of it. Everything in the object is null. What do you mean by everything in the object is null? I don't know what you mean by everything in the object is null. What object? What are we talking about? I said that afterwards. So like the data is null, the driver is null. Oh. So for a folder, right? For a folder, data is null because data is to do with files only. Like folders don't contain data. But for the drive is null because the thing is it's hard to explain how the whole system works. So like technically you shouldn't be using the from tag method, really, because what needs to happen if you actually look at from tag where this is being called from, we do stuff here, right? We do drive here. Like this is where it gets kind of complicated. So we have drives, which then we sync the root, which we then use folder from tag and get the structure of the actual whole entire file system. We then validate it in that drive. So all files become validated, and then we set the main laptop drive. So this is where it calls, hold up, where does it actually call? Like you shouldn't be using this, basically. You're navigating file. You're going about this wrong, Alex. You're going about this wrong. The data, the drive, the parent, and it's not valid. Basically, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. So let's say, okay, I'm gonna assume you're using like your application. Are you using your application data folder? So like, for instance, inside an application, you can do here, right? You can say get application folder path. What? Hold up. I thought I created a way to get the application folder. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? Get application folder path set. Set folder. Did I get rid of it? I think I got rid of it for something else. Folder. Yeah, I must have done something. Why did I do that? I'm gonna have to fix that up. I know it now, I get it, let me. With GitWeb, can anyone make a website and it will just show up automatically? Yes. Yes, you can. That's the whole point of GitWeb. It's actually like proper working internet that anybody can actually add a website to. Obviously, we go through a submission process, but you can pretty much add your own website if you really want to. We just gotta make sure we kind of keep high quality. Like, I want to keep like high quality websites, so you can make them in game. You can using Git Web Builder, but you need to submit them online through GitHub, through a pull request, because it's powered by GitHub. Okay, what do we got? What are we doing now? I'm pretty sure, let's have a look. I'm pretty sure if we go into here, Note Stash does create it. Oh no, here it is. Get application folder. Ah, interesting. So how do you actually get your folders, Alex? Because I do actually have a method, file system, get application folder. So you should be able to do something like this. So once you got your application folder, you can do like folder, right? Folder.get folder, and then use the callback method. So it can be like, I don't know, your project ID. It's not an application folder, it's any folder. Okay. I have to add in support for paths. I actually didn't add like path support. Maybe like drive equals laptop, get main drive. You might be able to do it like this maybe. Let's have a look, drive.get folder. Oh, there we go. Cool little path method. Except there is no, it's not synchronized. So you can get the folder, but then you can't, I don't know, sync. Yeah, I've got to make a way to maybe like sync it. Maybe I have like a method that will get the folder. Maybe. Gets the folder and returns like a actual thing. You open a folder into BlueJ, then it gets set as the root, then it searches for a certain file which has NBT, then load the NBT, then load the project from NBT. Okay, so yeah, you would basically have to know where that folder is. I know what you're saying, yeah. I can see a problem. What I can do is probably add in like a method to get it. Maybe there's one in here. Get application folder. Set up application folder. What's the difference? Oh, that says get application folder. Oh, no, it's private, don't worry. I'll probably create like a way so you can... Is there a way to... Yeah, there's no way to get the file system. Yeah, it's very... I have to create a way so you can get the thing. Why is the Emerald Bank gone in thing? It shouldn't be. Did I actually remove it? Maybe I... Nah, it's there. It's there, what the heck? Oh, it's not removed. It's because it's there, but it's not. It's because like I put all the system applications into the taskbar. I didn't actually add the bank. I didn't actually use the bank. It used a file browser dialog. Okay. So how do you load? So you say when you load a project, right? You load a project using a file browser dialog, and then you select a folder. Is that right? You select a folder. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I can see the problem. So you select a folder. But because you don't actually go into that folder, it doesn't get synchronized. Like, yeah, I've got to, like, that's, it's just, I gotta create a way to maybe figure that out. Like, let's have a look at folder, for instance. So let's say folder. Like, maybe what I can do is, like, for stuff like get file, for instance, for get file, turn this into like turn this into like a it's just I've done so many things with it though. I've done so many things with it. It's gonna break so much code if I change that around. So if you get a folder, yeah, you just basically need a way to synchronize it. I really gotta figure that out. Like, I think a lot of these I need to... Let's think. Where does this get called a lot from? A lot of file browser, folder. But all these are in methods which are used. Which are just used, which are literally just, I don't know, like, cause it should, this here should be like a asynchronous method to get a file, kind of like deleting files. It should be asynchronous, cause there's get folder, right? Look at get folder here. Oh no, we actually got two different methods. We got a get folder, which is when it's like there. We have a get folder which is asynchronous. Oh. Maybe we could do that for a file as well, like get file. I sent you my workaround, but I updated it, so let me push it. I'll check it out later. I think I've been streaming for 2 hours now. I've been live streaming for 2 hours. Did I? Have I? Have I? Yeah, I have. Alright. We got some more activity though. We got some more activity. Duplicate applications. Placeholder. It's like a slight bug on text areas with placeholders. Where is it rendering it? Draw a split string. We're gonna do render util dot draw string clipped placeholder x plus padding Y plus padding. That. Color. False. Why am I enabling blend? Oh, maybe because I wanted to transparency. I think that's why. Shouldn't I be disabling it? So that should fix issues with that placeholder now. Maybe too much mods. What do you mean? Text fields? You know, text area is a text field, by the way. If you look at text field, extends text area. Extends text area. Let's test it out as well. Oh wow, sorry. Lists? What do you mean? They sent me a workaround. File extension. Wait, what the heck are you doing there? How are you creating a method that returns on an asynchronous task? Unless there's some magic. Unless there's some magic. Because you're doing it, you're calling it, you're sending a task off. And then returning files, which that won't work. I mean, it would, because it would be the same. It would be the same array list, but you wouldn't know when it actually gets the files back. Hold on, that changed it. Give me a bit. Alright, let's test this out. Alright, so we go ahead and for the example application, debug example, we'll say place text field is cool. So this should have an issue now. And there we go, we're good. Only thing I would say is that it doesn't crop it off correctly for text fields. Yeah, the placeholder doesn't get rendered correctly. Oh no, it does. Width. Like, that should be showing more. Width take padding times 2. Like, because it should be the darkness. So like, yeah, it should be like something like that. And if that's something went wrong. But if we actually go here and we did it here. Let's have a look. Oh, it did work, huh? Ooh. Let's do something like eyes, very small characters. It wasn't even enough to trigger it. Ah, that apparently works. How's that make sense? Take padding times 2. Guess that makes sense. Oh no, because the take 2 was like unnecessary, yeah. Don't worry. Okay, so that's right now. Files got loaded appropriately. What did you change? This.sync files. This, I don't know half of this because I don't know where's this.sync files being called from. I don't know. I don't know half of it. I just can't read your code because I'm not used to Kotlin at all. Oh, you've actually got me information here. The way Kotlin exceptions work is when you declare them top level as I have, they're compiled like Java static. So it has a type receiver folder. It's inside an instance of folder, okay. Okay, so you just basically syncing the files. The only thing I have a problem with is your function which syncs the files, because you're returning a list of files which may be empty, which technically in the background they might have a ton of files, but because you're returning it straight away, that's a problem. Like, it's supposed to be an asynchronous method. Asynchronous. I was wondering that earlier, yeah. Okay, so say that, discard, fixed, fixed text areas, text area placeholder, going, rendering, outside box. Damn, I've got to close it again. I got this fixed in. Alright, there we go. Alright, I said I wanted to experiment. We might do a little teeny bit. I'm kind of hungry though. So let's go ahead, let's create a new branch or something like that. Maybe the applications branch would be an appropriate one for it. Oh my god. Let's just actually add this. Added div jar task. Just kind of useful. Alright, there we go. So so what I wanted to do, because I've got like inspiration from like other mods, and I thought this is like a really good idea because it makes things a lot easier, in my opinion. Makes things a whole lot easier for you guys as well. So what I wanted to add was like annotations instead of registering applications. So for instance, for note stash here, let me go ahead and for note stash here, for instance, instead of going like, you know, into here and saying register application, you know, register application, whatever, note stash, down here, no, where is it? Where's note stash? There. Instead of doing like register application like this, instead what we can actually have is like an annotation for like maybe like app. The thing is, I can't use an application annotation on it, unfortunately. But I could do something like, we'll figure out something for it, but we could have like app, right? And then we could have maybe like mod ID, and then like app ID, like that. We could have something like that, right? For applications instead. I remember you were talking about this when we were in VC, yeah. So we could have something like this instead. Right? So at app annotation, and you just like, you know, I would do here like reference dot device mod ID, and then I would do like in here note stash, like that, right? And then basically when the game loads up, you can actually get all the classes, because if you guys don't know, well, I just discovered it as well. There's a method here in initialization. You can get ASM data, and then what you can say is get all which have the annotation of a certain type. So we could say like, you know, app.class get that, and basically then we've got like a list of all this set or ASM data. We could say like, I don't know, just for instance like apps, right? And then you like apps dot whatever. Have to implement this. Well, not apps dot get, but like you do apps for each ASM data. Get class name. You can do like class dot for name that, right? And then you can do like new instance. I would have to surround this in a try. Surround with a try and catch. We can say class equals that. Class dot new instance. Obviously, we might not even have to do new instance, because what I want to do with it instead actually, we do want to do that, because what I want to do is, hold up, I think instantiation exception. What we're going to do is collapse this onto that, and then we would handle this one differently. I know we'll have to handle these separately. Actually, I want like this to like because like basically when we do new instance, we assume that there's the default constructor which has no parameters. Yeah, so this is how we can do it and get all the applications. It's super duper easy. Really nice way of doing it. And then yeah, again, back to note stash. We literally can, like, you're doing exactly the same here. We've got the mod ID, we've got the app ID. If we go to register, you'll see in a registering application, we have a resource location which has the mod ID, the app ID. We've got the class. We've got the class right. We've got the class right here. Look at that. We've got the class. We'll probably have to do like class.get annotate, get annotation, class get annotation, and then we can simply again, you know, do like, I mean, this is not, I've imported some random thing. What does return us? Get annotation. So we can literally have like, you know, app A equals that, I think. Cast to Scala. Oh yeah, I don't think there's cast straight away. A extends annotation. Oh no, that's a class. So what does it return? Oh, it returns an annotation instance. So like A, and then you can get stuff from that. So we could get the mod ID. We can get like the mod ID and that stuff from there. So a cool way, an annotation for registering apps instead of a method, yes. I'm just kind of, I'm just investigating potential ways of registering applications instead. Like using an actual annotation on applications would be a cool way. Instead of having to do application manager.register, we simply just have an annotation on here that will be found on startup, and then we can create an instance of it and do whatever. Really good way. I just don't know what to call the actual annotation, because we can't use application because that's the actual class. We'll also have to verify that it actually extends application as well. So, you know, like for here, we'll have to have like class dot is assignable from let's say maybe like get super class is assignable from, what's this mean? Determines if this class or interface represented by this object is either the same as or is a superclass or a super interface. How can we determine is assignable from is it like a is there a way to like check bin man? Is there a way, how do I check if it's a subclass? App container. Oh, that's not a bad idea. The main mod class is mod container. Yeah, that would work. Does that make sense? Mod container. Let's have a look at mod container. So that, oh yeah, so that gets mod ID, name, version, mod metadata. It's an interface though. A mod container stores that annotated information though. And all its other information. Do it like that. And a container app is better than app. The annotated is mod. Oh, okay, I know what you mean. Yeah. I don't think we're going to work on this today. It's just kind of what I actually do want to do with this with the applications though. Just wanted to get an idea. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah. App as the annotation. App container is the thing. The thing I want to do as well is not only for applications, but do it for tasks as well, because exactly the same thing. Like, we're searching for, you know, all these classes. We just want to kind of get, you know, we don't want them all. We will have to add like an extra annotation to the actual app. To the actual app class to indicate that it's a developer. It's a debug only application. So like, for instance here, like we only register these if it's in debug mode. So we need to fix that up. And like same for the task as well. But like really, a lot of these, like technically these shouldn't really be in the mod. They shouldn't really be in the mod at all. It's just like in the background. I could probably like, instead of doing this, I should really develop like a test mod, a test add-on. You should make a task for compiling code on the logical client so it doesn't pause the physical client. Task for compiling code in the logical client so it doesn't pause the physical client. What do you mean by that? I just get confused. Logical client. Logical client so it doesn't pause the physical client. Oh, you should, sorry. Heck industry. CDM app? Nah, I don't want to use my... Yeah. We could have like device app. Like, I don't know. It could work. I don't know. App for this. It's like for tasks, so like you can't shorten the word task. You can't shorten the word task, so it's a little bit difficult to do that. You can't shorten it. What would be a good way to annotate a task then? Like, that's why I'm saying like prefix with a device task. Device task. I mean, I have to do that for all of them, like device app. Like, and then I could actually just do device application, like a full word, instead of shortening it. Alright, that works. And then I'd put that into like here or something like that, and I'll create like an annotation package or something. Can even do it now. Annotation. We could have like a new Java class. Annotation. Device. Application. Spelt it wrong. I blame Alex. New device task. Now I haven't used annotations a lot, so we need to figure out how, in a way, annotations work. So if we have a look here, okay, so you can do like get name default. I'm guessing if you don't add it, yeah, we'll say, I think it like means it's required if you don't do that. So for sure, 100% like string get, sorry, string mod ID. Don't worry. String app. We can change it to like that or something. Then we have like a boolean debug. Boolean debug. It's so weird. Big debug. App task. But that doesn't make like app and then your app task. If you almost click the Kotlin file, you're like, I want him to use it. Why isn't he using a Kotlin file? Come on, my dude. Hold tight, hold tight. Default false. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Sorry. Nice idea there. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate you. I should really like, these should be as well commented because it's the public API for you guys. Public API only. So like, even if you guys have like an add-on that you're developing, you could still include like a debug application for all your debugging. I don't know, if you really wanted to. And then task as well. This is something that I've been wanting to refactor. Tasks. We need to refactor tasks because they're horrible design. But basically inside of here we have like a we have this ID method. But I think what we're gonna do with tasks as well, dude, that would be sneaky as heck. Oh no, you can't figure that out actually. They're in. Yeah, I don't think you can do that in Java. Like, restricting tasks. Restricting a task to be only be able to be called by a certain package. I don't think that's the thing. You can't restrict things based on package. But for task, right, I want to store the mod ID as well. Just so I can actually, as well, like, you know, do I store? I don't know if I store. Maybe just like task ID. And then again, debug mode will ignore stuff that's debug. Like, the thing why I'd want to store like the mod ID is just for debugging protected class. I know I can do a protected, but yeah, no, don't worry. But the thing is, like, you can call task.getFiles. Like, I could, if I protect task.getFiles, then it's like hard because I gotta place it in the right package. Or a class with no visibility modifier. Yeah, it can work. Alright, so this would be these two new annotations we now use for like apps here. So I would say at device application, then mod ID is going to equal reference. It looks beautiful. I'm straight off the bat. It looks beautiful. And like, let's go ahead. Let's give it a quick test. Let's give it a quick test run. Do you guys want to see this actually working in a way? Like, not like crazy event.gsm data get all, and then we'll say device application class. I think it's that. So we have set ASM data table. No, it's not that one. What does that give me? ASM data. I'll say apps. I just want to see it actually working. Then apps for each ASM data, and then we'll just say system ASM data. Oopsie, ASM get class name. Just print it out. So let's run it now. So it should work. There we go, perfect. That's what I need my live streams like. Or use reflection to break the game if someone uses a class then it's not in the same package. You know, Kotlin's a keyword called internal. The thing is, like, I'm not converting to Kotlin because if I convert to Kotlin, then how are people going to use my mod and API? They all have to use Kotlin then, most likely. Alright, so where did it? It would have called it up here somewhere. Oh, look at that! Amazing! Pre-national, look at that, it found it. It found it, my dudes. So this is amazing. This allows us to do many beautiful things now. And I don't think it actually works. No, it doesn't. So it's all going to be done in the initialization method. Proxy pre-initialization. What are we registering this? What's in here? A subscribe event, player logged in, player right click block. So here's, well, we can create a method for it to load it up. Probably even application manager. We can add an event in. We can add a method in there to handle this inside of there. If Kotlin can call Java, why wouldn't Java be able to call Kotlin? I don't know. Let's have a look. Can it call Kotlin? Hello. Let's have a look. Does it let me hello? See, like, look, it's like, see, look, I'm trying to hello. Where is it? I don't even know. It's probably not even a class. Now it's coming up as a class. There we go. Import class. Oh, there we go. I don't know. I guess it works. But still. I'm not switching to Kotlin because it would be a 10-year project to convert the whole device mod. No, dude, no it isn't. I'm not doing it anyway. I'm not doing it anyway. What's my hand doing? What's my hand doing? You can have Kotlin in a Java project? Okay. Application. Now, this is the bit that I'm like scared about. Literally breaking all this. This would disappear because, like, as I mentioned, we're not caring about backwards compatibility until 1.0 of the mod. So I could make this, you know, I could do, you know, deprecated and say don't use these methods anymore to, you know, keep backwards compatibility. But because of the whole, you know, we haven't released properly yet, I am allowed to remove this and kind of enforce the new method before, you know, thing. Now I'm getting like messages from IntelliJ saying update Kotlin. Like, jeez. Public static void. So it would have something like this. ASM. What does that actually give me? ASM data table. So it would have something like that. Get rid of that. And then we would do that. And do like application manager dot initialize event. Do that. I kind of want to do this first. Like proxy pre-init there. What's registration handler? Ah, that. Can you check off-topic images? I've been recreating Mr. Crayfish's town. Jeez, dude, that's insane. Who's this? Haunted Corpse. Dude, it looks like it like literally looks like an exact replication of it. Like, I don't even understand how you do that. Like, you literally spend looking at every single block and everything. It pretty much is. Like, it's insane. Like, people like want the down. Like, I don't mind if you release a download for this, as long as I know it's not the original map. Then, like, it's kind of, you know, it's public on Planet Minecraft called Mr. Crayfish's Town. Now I can send people to download it. I'd send a download link without actually releasing my map itself. They both compile to bytecode, so it's the same to the VM. Okay. I know it's the same to the VM, but is it like the same when you're actually calling stuff in an IDE? Because we're dealing with source code, not bytecode. So also, okay, this is a very big change in a way to the device mod. I mean, it's not a big change, but it's like an improvement. So basically, before I was like creating an instance of the application. Like if you look here, we're saying register application. We're saying register application, and what do we do? We just return null. That's for common proxy. What about client? I think it's the client proxy that handles it differently. So if we get a proxy, client proxy, register application, yeah, here. So yeah, this is what we want to like. We basically don't even want this anymore. Like, we basically want to scrap that whole entire method. We'll have to add a check for that Minecraft. For that Minecraft generate app info. Oh, that's how we do it. Okay, so if we want to do subclass, we do like the actual subclass is assignable from blah blah blah. That's apparently not used anymore, so let's get rid of that. Register application. You might not even need that as well. I know we do need to have that because, yeah, we have packets. Yeah, this is a server-side thing. Sends it to. Mind you, yo, we don't even need to. We don't even need to do that either. We don't even need to do that either. Like, how are we filling this in here? App info. Put. There's so many improvements we can make. I'm excited. Like, literally, we don't want to create an instance of application at all. All we want to do is create an app info instance. An app info instance, and that is it. Nothing else. Alright, nothing else. Just app info and that's it. Maybe we'll create like a thing called an app container, which will store the app info and the class instance as well. But besides that, that's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. But that's going to end this live stream today anyway, so if you guys have enjoyed, make sure you go ahead and snap that like button. We'll continue working on this tomorrow, probably. I'm excited about it, so I want to work on it. And then Wednesday is going to be Vehicle Wednesday, so look forward to that, my dudes. I'm excited for Vehicle Wednesday. We'll add a new vehicle on Wednesday, by the way. Alright. So, let's go ahead, let's do this right now. Shout out to Josh Lankford, Lister Sapanta, Golden Gamer, Kieran, Drink Tea. Let's go into the actual retweets here. Ton of you guys retweeted, which is absolutely insane. We got No Joe PG, Acid Pop, Gaming Boss, Fabby50, Haunted Corpse, Master Chief, Gaming Anime, Nash and Angels, Golden Gamer, Lister Sapanta, Hubert, Edgar, Jack Chronicle, Ocelot, Abby, J Splat, Justin Packer, Jackson Plays, Owen Vorse, and Zach McNugget. Now I'm hungry now because of that last name. But thank you guys so much for joining in today. What the heck is that? The heck? And I'll catch you guys later. Snap that like button, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you get notified when I go live. And I'll catch all of you dudes later on. Peace out.